Hey y'all, get questions about rebuilding these pitcher pumps as well. So what we're going to do is get one of these and show you how simple it is to rebuild. You only need a couple parts to replace to get this thing working like it should. So let's get going. Okay, here's our pitcher pump. We're going to have to take the top from the cylinder and the cylinder from the base. Simplest thing to do right here. You don't need to take all these apart. There's a set screw in the back. Most of these are made the same way or very similar. You remove that and allows this to come off. Then you slide the valve assembly or the cup assembly out. Now, this will probably be the hardest thing for you to remove. If it's been sitting, dried out, rusted together, there's a good chance that this will not separate, or you're going to have to do something to get this to unscrew from here. If you have to use penetrating oil, you don't want your water to be tasting like that. What I would suggest is after you get it apart and before you put it back together, take what you've got penetrating oil on, get some acetone and soak it in acetone for about 30 minutes. Completely saturated soak. Take out, let it air dry, then you can let it dry like that, or put it in the oven like 150 degrees for 30 minutes and just cook all that stuff out. You shouldn't see any more oil on here and you should be good to go. Okay, that being said, this will be the most difficult. How it works is this unscrews from the base. You have a plunger assembly that sits down inside that thing like this. When you're pulling water, this opens and allows water to come through, and when you're pushing water, that closes and keeps water from escaping. Here is the first thing we need to replace. This is your cup leather. This is what acts as the plunger to pull the water in. It's what a new cup looks like. You would clean this off, get rid of your old cup, get your new cup, and get it over the plunger assembly. Then make sure this is put back this way. Simply put that back in and screw it back together. All right, that part's done. You set it aside. Next part is the base. You'll either have two bolts that hold it here, or you'll have two bolts with nuts underneath that hold it. Loosen those up. These should be loose because I didn't want to waste a bunch of time y'all watching me with a wrench trying to get these things off. Okay. There's nothing to this. It's just a cylinder. Here is your the valve assembly, the flapper. You simply remove the weight, unscrew the weight from the flapper assembly. You get rid of your old flapper, and you replace it with a new one. I recommend leather. And you want to put the weighted end towards the hinge of the flapper. So we put it back in, we tighten it down. All right. And this generally, just as a rule, goes towards the spout, the front of the pump. Okay? There we go. Get mine straight. Now you can start reassembling it. Before I reassemble it, one quick tip on draining these while I have this apart. This weighted assembly right here. See how you do it this way. If you push down on that, it opens up. That's the same as if you are pushing down, or pulling the handle up, it pushes down. Well, if you push the handle down like that, this hits this just enough and opens it up so it allows it to drain. So for winter time or for draining this, that's the reason that you want to put this in the with the handle in the up position, because this will make contact here. It will push this up just a little bit and allow the water to drain out. Okay, that's just a quick tip. Then we'll put our nuts back on. You want to make sure that they're, you don't want to tighten it so you break it, but you want it so it seals up, because this cylinder and this leather need to make good contact. Then you want to go ahead and put water in here. You want this leather to swell up to keep water from running out. And you also want to get this good and wet. Putting this in dry does no good. It just scrapes along the side of the cylinder and wears on this leather. This leather needs to be wet. It needs to swell up and get pliable, so when it is inserted in here, it will form a good tight seal and suction. Then, once that's done, put it on, get your set screw in the back finished up, and your pump is ready to go. That is all there is to servicing these things, and I hope you found it helpful, and as usual, good luck with your projects.